The time has arrived, ladies and gentlemen, as the new neighborhood watch mode for Dead Island 2 has gotten a new trailer, and there's a lot to be excited for. We got our first look at the new zombie types, the fun new weapons, the variety of traps, and a lot more. Overall, I think it looks great. The only issue that I have in the back of my mind is it becoming a bit repetitive over time, but hopefully there's enough rewards and things to mix it up. And I'm leaning towards yeah, because every weapon in the trailer is new in some shape or form, with the grenade launcher easily being the newest big addition. So the mode starts with you choosing one of the 3 Bobcat Slayers, meaning yeah, they have kinda ditched the original crew, but they haven't been completely left in the dark as they are getting their own Bobcat themed skin bundle. This does mean that Fury mode can't be used in the Horde mode, but this does actually lead to a decent trade-off, as now each of the 3 characters have their own skill tree. I'll be real, I found the card system in the main game to be a fun little experiment, but by the end every character played about the exact same, making it feel kind of pointless. Here though, each character will have their own exclusive weapon, skill tree, and a trap, which could be a fluid spray or a med station or a meat stick that attracts zombies. I really do think the skill trees are what's going to be what carries the mode for a lot of people, as it's not simple stat changes, but actual gameplay advancements, like different ammo for the grenade launcher that shoots piles of guts that bring over zombies and detonates after a certain amount of time, weird shit like that. There are different types of unlocks though, which are split between 3 classes, which are ability, utility, and signature within each of the 3 trees, with the latter I think having the bigger gameplay changes. For example, one of the signature moves allows you to douse your bone saw in oil and then light it on fire. Nothing crazy, but a nice change that adds to the makeshift style they're really going for. One of my complaints for the main game was the weapons felt a bit too basic, so I'm really happy that they're stepping it up. Another thing worth making note of is the playable character Bazia will get his own throwing knives, which can be upgraded through his skill tree. He also has 5 different types of bolts for his new crossbow, which no longer has a scope. Everything from poison arrows to saw blades to a spear bolt that splits midair and goes in different directions. There really is a nice variety to about every aspect of this mode that I can think of. This is a really minor thing, but I think the way he plays down traps with the blueprint hammer looks perfect. A lot of survival games do something quite similar, and so these are the types of sandbox features that add a lot of replayability for me. Of course, beyond the character exclusive weapon skills and traps, there are some traps that are more accessible, which are things like razor wire to trap zombies or an explosive barrel you can place down, all having this really cool makeshift look. So the mode has you preparing for a major horde that will appear on the 5th day, giving you time to loot houses, kill a few zombies here and there, and begin setting up traps at the safe house. During this, you'll be doing different challenges along the way, allowing you to build up a score and earn different rewards. I guess technically you could call these side quests too, it just depends how you want to look at it. A few examples of the rewards are a box of crafting materials or a tripwire that electrocutes anything that walks in between. I also believe this is our first full look at the new map, which looks to be split into 2 zones. But really, if each individual line here is a new road, I can see this map being pretty big, a decent size for sure. But let me know what you guys think about this specifically. Do you guys think this map is too big, too small, or just right? Let me know down below. I really do think, especially compared to a lot of the other Dead Island 2 zones that we've gotten in the past, this is a really nice size. You can't take it for granted, especially with how the maps are handcrafted. They always look great. Now, before we get to talking about what's actually in the new map, let's talk about the new zombie types that were teased. There were 2 new zombie variants shown off, one being a slobber that spits beams of electricity and another being a bomber that creates a huge explosion. They're familiar but have enough minor changes to make them stand out, but also hopefully they aren't frustrating either. Honestly, every time I'm electrocuted in this game it just gets on my nerves, so I'm really hoping they don't overdo it here. Alright, it's about time we talk about the new location, the Venice canals. Firstly, they show nothing at night, which I found to be an odd decision, so I'm hoping they just are keeping it secret or aren't finished with it yet, or I don't know, we'll see eventually. But if there really is no night at all, that's going to be a huge missed opportunity. But for the map design itself, I feel like it's everything that it should be. It has those linear hallway or alleyway corridors, but also the wide open city streets to create bigger encounters in. There looks to be a good amount of verticality, but also most of the buildings look explorable. Another thing I want to mention is it does look like the bus is closed off, which in my eyes kinda sucks. I could imagine a couple rounds where we're held up in the bus, putting traps in each end and blasting zombies through the windows. I do think it's a pretty big missed opportunity, but I also feel like there's enough to make up for it. Also, for all those people out there that don't have the friends to play with, you can actually play this in single player, but I also do hope there's some sort of matchmaking feature they're working on too. I also do think with how dense the main location is, it's going to be the hardest area of Dead Island 2 to probably run on your system, so hopefully it's well optimized. As expected, the main studio behind this mode is DltaStudios, which developed the main game for Dead Island 2, but they also got Fish Labs in there as well. So Deep Silver put Fish Labs onto Dead Island 2 to be able to help out a little bit, and honestly that makes me happy. How I see it is Deep Silver has more confidence in Dead Island 2, so they're putting more people and more studios onto it to build it bigger and better. I knew after seeing a few leaks for this mode it would probably be a banger, but this is actually going above and beyond my expectations. I'm really hyped. There are chances the mode could be really buggy or maybe really repetitive at first, but this is just overall exactly what I wanted the mode to be. So 2 final things that I want to mention. One, there's going to be a Kingdom Come Deliverance 2-pack, which is another Deep Silver game, and one that I'm actually very excited for. The Dead Island Twitter posted this skill card the other day, so this might actually be coming in the game. We will have to wait and see what's actually in the pack when it gets revealed. The other thing is they're turning this version of the game into into what's called the Ultimate Edition, meaning yes, you can have everything finally physical. So for game preservation, but also because so you don't have to download the House or Sola DLC separately anymore, it's all in one package. Anyways though, share your thoughts about this all down below, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, then feel free to like the video, subscribe if you want, and stop by for the next one everyone. Cheers!